So hello everyone, welcome to this another video of this channel. I'm Abhishek Verma, and in today's video we are going to start with the 8th chapter of our Spring AI playlist. In today's video we are going to learn about tools. We will see why do we need tools, what are the tools, and how to use them. So without wasting any more time, let's directly get started and see how the things are going to look like. So now we're in the IDE, and before we start with our today's demo, first of all, let's do a quick recap and see what we did last time in demo number 6. So for this, we will go here in demo number 6. Let's move on to pom.xml. Then here we see that we were making usage of Java version 25. We were having the web dependency, OpenAI dependency, stability AI dependency, and Lombok. Now, what is the purpose of stability AI? That you will come to know very soon. Then we will go here in the application.properties. Here also you see that beside the normal chat-based URLs and chat-based model, we were making usage of image model, image URL. We were also making usage of stability AI, image URL, image options, and all these things. Then we can go here and we can go for this app. So this was as always same, nothing much interesting. Then this logging advisor was also as always same, nothing much interesting. Then in config also, it's again same, nothing much interesting. And then in this controller also, you see that here we were doing something like this. We were having the simple generate URL, which was available since demo 1 onwards. Then beside this, we were having generate description. Here the option is that we can provide image and we can ask any query related to that image. LLM is going to answer us. Then we also wanted to generate the image. For this, we were making usage of OpenAI image model. But the problem is that for using this, we need to pay the money. Even the model which is being provided by Gemini, that is not available in the free tier. It is only available when you pay the money. But as my goal is to show you each and everything for free, so hence I created an account on Stability AI, and from there we get something as 25 free credits, and then I have shown that how we can generate the image for free of cost. So this was the main things which we did last time in demo number 6, and now let's move on towards demo number 7. For this, again, let's move on here. So first we see Java is 25, web dependency, OpenAI dependency, and Lombok dependency. All extra dependencies I have moved today. Then beside this, in the application.properties file, again, just the basic configuration, nothing extra here. Then we go on for this app.java. So just the main method, nothing much. Then we go to this logging advisor. Again, just a simple advisor, nothing much. Copy paste of the last time only. Chat config, again simple, nothing much here. And then we go on for this chat controller. Just a single generate URL, nothing new as of now. Simple. Now, let's simply close all these things and let me start with this demo number 7. So first of all, let me show you that what is the particular problem statement which this simple AI or this simple LLM is not able to solve us. And remember that here we are making usage of the Pro version, which is the most advanced version as of now. Yeah. So here, let me just clear this simple console. And let's go on for this particular one. Let's go here and click on this generate. And here, let's ask some simple question first of all. Okay. So let's say distance between, let's say India and some other place. Let's call it as Russia. So let's try to identify the distance between these two countries. I'm assuming that since it is LLM, since this information is already available in Google and in so many other places, it should be able to give me the concrete data. Yeah. Otherwise, what we will do is that beside this, we will ask the same question here also. So let's go here and not on this particular one, but let's go here and let's ask the same question in this. So yeah, so there we go. No, as of now, I'm not interested. So the answer is going to be something between 4,083 kilometers to 4,344 kilometers. So this is the answer by ear. Let's say what AI is going to provide us. So AI is still taking the time. The reason why it is still taking the time, because we are making usage of the Pro version. Now here Pro version is sometimes not available, hence it takes time. Now you will say that, okay, Abhishek, you can go for Flash or Flashlight version also. But the problem is the thing which I want to show you today that works only with the pro version. Okay. So even when you are making usage of different models, some models support this tool functionality very well and some models don't support it at all. So hence this tool functionality is only being supported well in the pro version. So that's the reason I'm going for it. And this is not a drawback of Spring AI. This is a drawback of the overall models. Yeah. So that is the only requirement, but okay, it is still taking time, but yeah, it gave me some answer and it says that okay, it provided me different answers, that if you will be going by this path of crow flies, it will be 4,350 kilometers between New Delhi and Moscow. So I hope it is almost same, 4,300 and something. Then it says that okay, another option is 4,600 and driving distance is something. But yeah, my main answer was answered here only, that yes, it is something between 4,300 and 4,000. Yeah. So that means our model is working as of now. Now let me ask another simple question, a much easier question I'm going to ask from it. Okay. What date is today? That's just a simple question. Anyone knows about it. Even you will be able to answer this question. I can say that today's date is 15th of October because it is available here. Otherwise, if you don't trust me, so I can just go here and I can refresh this page. So here we see this is 15th of October 2025 on which I'm recording the video. Timings is 2:50 p.m. Now let's go back here, and here it gives me a wrong answer saying that today is Thursday, May 23, 2024. Again, this depends on the model. But the problem is here we are making usage of the best possible model, that is the Pro version. Okay. So now here the problem is that Pro, which is the latest and most advanced version, is not able to provide us the correct answer. Yeah. The reason is because sometimes such kind of information LLMs are not able to give you because they are trained at particular date only. So these kind of things, when you ask it for the particular date and time, or when you ask it something as what is the weather, then it is not able to going to provide you the correct answer. Or let's say you are making usage of a particular database and you want some information from that database. Again, LLM has no idea about database. Although it is the most advanced version, it has no idea. Sometimes you may want to invoke some external API, you want to fetch data from there. Although the API is public, then also LLMs are not able to use that particular information. Yeah? So that is the issue, that we need to go for this tools functionality. Now let's again go back here and let's go for this particular one. So from here, let's start. So this is the Spring AI reference documentation. We will go here and we will be going for this tool calling. Now here they say that the name which is given by them is tool calling. So we can even call it as tool calling, function calling, or I can even call it as method calling. It's simple. So basically here what happens is, here we are trying to interact the AI applications with this set of APIs. So we are going to provide an extra power of APIs to our AI model so that it can effectively answer us such questions also, that what is the date and time, what is the weather, what is the data in my database, what is the data available in some third party machines, and all those things. Yeah? So basically tools are used for two informations. First one is information retrieval. Information retrieval is just what we did now. We wanted to extract the information that okay, what is date and time. It was not able to answer it. But when we asked what is the distance between India and Russia, it was able to answer it very clearly. Yeah. So tools can be used for doing this purpose, information retrieval. So what you can do is that somewhere you can mention that this is my source, use this source, and from there provide me a particular answer. So they can do it. Second option is you can also use them in order to take some action as per your command. So let's say you will say that save this data in the database. So it will actually make some insert statement in the database, or you can ask it to update some data or delete some data. It can do all those things also. Yeah. But besides this, as of now, let's try to do a very simple thing here. What we will do is I will go here and I will provide it a command. I will say print 10 or let's say print 20 on console. As simple as that, nothing big here. So what I want is I want to print this 20 on my console. Now which console? So it is the same console which is available here. So let me go on for this particular one. Let me clear it and clear. So what I want is I want 20 to be printed here. Yeah, that is my requirement. Now let's see how it will be able to do. Now you will say that, okay, Abhishek, who wants to print 20 on their console? So answer is that in reality, what you want to do is you want to send mail to someone, or you want to send SMS to someone, or maybe you want that, okay, when I ask something, my Java application directly interacts with the actual printer, and from there it is going to print a particular document. So such kind of things you want, but here the easiest option is to show you this only. So let's see what it is going to do. So I'm saying print 20 on console, and let's wait for the answer. Now this shouldn't be difficult. So the request has appeared here, print 20 on console. Let's see how much time it is going to take, because again the pro version is not always available. Okay, this time it was quick, but it actually didn't print it 20 and it gave me this code. So what it is, let's see. So here it says, of course, since you didn't specify a programming language, and okay, so what it is assuming is that we are asking it a code using which we can print 20. Okay, but that was not my requirement. My requirement was that I'm having a console, I'm running this code in my IDE, and I want to print 20 there. In reality, remember, I may want to send an email, may want to send an SMS, or actually want to make usage of my printer. Yeah, so here it says print 20 and this and this and something like this, but my main thing, it is not able to satisfy. As simple as that. Yeah, okay. So in this case, we can say that these things are not working fine. In order to do such kind of activities, we need to go for the option of LLMs. Sorry, not LLMs, but the tool calling. Now the point is that if you want to make usage of tools, so first we have understood why do we need tools? Because in order to retrieve the information, in order to take some action, these are the two main tasks. Now the question is how we can make tools and how to use them. So for tools, there are two options. First one is, which is mentioned here, the programmatic approach. And the second one is declarative approach. Now you will say that, okay, Abhishek, here the first option is declarative. Why you are going in the reverse way? Because the problem is that, not a problem, but the point is programmatic is difficult one, which I want to show you in today's video. Declarative is an easier option, which I want to show you in the next video. So hence I'm saying programmatic approach. So we will directly go here and we will be making usage of it. So what I will do is, first of all, I will go back to my code somewhere here, and let me just simply stop it. And for this, I don't need to go for pom.xml. Nothing needs to be added up here. I don't need to add anything in my properties file also. We are happy with this pro version. And after this, and remember, it will only work with the pro version. If you will use flashlight, then even with the tools, it is not going to work fine. We don't need to make any changes in the advisor, nothing here. And I don't remember. Okay, let's go for this controller as of now. So what I want is, I want this functionality later on also. So that's why I'm going to copy paste this URL and I'm going to make it something like this. And here I'm going to say generate, then I'm going to say with tools. And here also I'm going to say with tools. Yeah. So this is what I'm going to do. You will say as of now it is looking same. Yes, it is actually looking the same. Yeah. Now the point is we are going to create a tool in order to do our job. So first tool we are going to create, which can provide us current date and time. Second tool which we are going to create, which is going to print something on my console. Yeah. So for this, what we will do is we will go here, and here I'm going to say a new, I'm going to say a particular class, and here I'm going to say current date, time, and tool. Yeah. So the naming should be perfect. So current date, time, tool. So this way we are going to call it. So this is the one. And here what I wish is I want to put it inside my tools. Okay. So this is the package where I want to keep it. So let's move it there. So yeah, now it looks much more better. And now we are here. Now the point is that what to do here, like how to make this as a tool. So in order to do it, first of all, obviously, later on you want to use all these things. So you want to create a bean of it, and it's neither a part of any other thing. So let's call it as component. Many people want to call it as a service also, because they feel it's a service class, but in general, actually it is a component. Okay. Because from here, if you wish, you can call these service methods. Yeah. So this is the programmatic approach. So in this we are going to say implements, and then we are going to say tool, and then it is tool callback. Yep. So this is the one. Let's say Control Shift O, and here let's go for this particular one. Let's say add unimplemented methods. Okay. So when we implement this tool callback, we are getting two methods here which we want to override. First one is tool definition, and second one is call, which you actually want to make here. Yeah. So what we are going to do is that first of all here, let's provide what we actually want to do. So here I'm going to say a private, and then I'm going to say a string, and then I'm going to say something like this. And in this particular part, let me make it even more effective. So I'm going to say local date time dot now. So this I will be doing. So this is going to provide me local and date time as of now, which I want to get. And here also add the information of zone. So here let's say at zone, and within this here we will be making usage of locale and something like this. So this is locale, and then it is something as locale context, and then we call it as holder. Get time zone, then it says to zone id and to string, and let's say Control Shift O. So basically what it will do, depending on your zone, it is going to provide you date and time. Okay, so that's it. Yeah, if you wish, you can just simply say local date and time. That is also fine, but I just want to go for this particular way. Now in this call here, the actual job is going to happen. So what we want to do is this method we want to call from here. So here we are going to provide this information, yeah, and something like this. Now you will say that, okay, Abhishek, why didn't you write this, I mean logic, directly in this call method? It is your choice. If you wish, you can do that also. But here I want to make it more generic, because currently here you see what I'm doing. I'm invoking this method which I wrote here only. But in reality, what you can do, here later on there can be a separate service class. Within that the method is available, and you can invoke the method of that service class. How you will do that? You are going to auto-write the service class, and you are going to invoke that particular method here. So that we are going to do. So this we have written in the call method, and now the only thing left is that this particular tool definition. Okay, so for tool definition, let me take help of this only, and here we will go down. So my tool definition looks something like this. Yeah, so this is the one, and here it says, okay, it says function tool callback, but no, this is not the one which I want to use. Here there are various options, and here the one option which I was using is something as tool. It's written as tool definition. Okay, so let me just search for it. So yeah, this is the tool callback which we were using, and yeah, this is the tool definition. So yes, there it goes. This is your tool definition. So we are going to copy paste this, and then we will see how it is going to work. Because see, in general also you are going to copy paste the things. You will say that, okay Abhishek, how to remember all these things? You have to go through the documentation, and you have to do all these things, and it's a one-time job. Once it is done in your code, then later on you can copy paste from your code. I mean, there is no benefit of writing the same thing from scratch on your own again and again. Okay, so this is the point. So here, first of all, what all things we have to apply? First of all, there is some name of the tool. Okay, name of the tool, we are going to provide this only. So here let's say this is my name of the tool, and that is my this particular, okay, not that. So let me again simply copy this information. So I'm copying from here, and I'm going to provide this information here. So current get current date and time, this is the name of my tool. Then here the question is, what do you want to do here? So it is not going to provide the weather. Instead here it is going to provide get the current date and time, and here it says get the current date and time in ISO 8601 format. Instead of this, I want to give it something different, and it is going to be in the user's time zone. So I'm going to say in the user's time zone. Yeah, so provide me this in the user's time zone. So this is the description of that particular tool. Yeah, then after this you provide some input schema. Now this input schema means that what is the input this is going to take. Now you literally see that this method is not taking any kind of input. So when this is not taking any kind of input, that means that we don't need to provide any of these properties. Okay, so we don't need to provide this location property at all. We don't need to provide this unit property also, and then there is nothing required also. So let's remove this particular part, and only this much is going to be there. Yeah. So what we are keeping, so this is the one, that there is an object. So in input, this simply means we are not accepting anything. Now you will say that, okay Abhishek, this looks difficult. Yes it is, but later on also I will show you in today's video itself how to make it simple. Okay, and here let's simply return it. Yeah. So here we are going to return the same. So what basically we are doing, so here we have made the actual logic. Now here we are saying that whenever this will happen, whenever this call method will be used, later on it is going to call our logic. And here we are providing some information about this tool. It is some metadata. What it is, first of all, we are providing the name of that particular tool, get current date and time. Now here it is very, very important that these names should be very informative. You can't use any random name. Yep. Then here we are providing a description here, that what this method is going to do. You are just describing it, because later on we want that AI is going to make usage of this description, and accordingly it will decide whether to use this tool or not, because there can be 10 tools also. So which tool to use, it will decide on the basis of description. If description is not there, then it is going to decide on the basis of this name. So here if you provide a different description or a different name, then this particular tool is not going to be invoked here. Okay, so this is the first tool which we have created, and now let's move ahead with our second tool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply copy it, and here, okay, we don't need anything else here. So I'm going to simply copy it, I'm going to provide it here, and there comes my second tool, which is going to be my print tool. So I will be going here in this print tool. This is again going to look something like this. Now let's start changing the information. So first of all, this time in the print tool, I don't want it to be as get current date and time. Instead, I want it to be as something as print. Now this print, obviously, if you want to print something, you want to take it. So here we are going to say string message, and here let's say it's something like this. And here what happens is that here let me remove this particular line, and here we can take help of slf4j, or if you wish you can make usage of sysout. Okay, so here let's make usage of slf, or let's simply make usage of this sysout. So here let's make usage of this sysout, and here we are going to say something as printed, and here we are going to say something as this, and here we, okay, sometimes it shows me the options and sometimes it doesn't. So here it is going to show me this printed. So this is going to look something like this, and here you will say, is it always mandatory, because now we don't want to return anything. But the problem is later on we are going to invoke this method from the call, so there we have to return anything. So here if you wish, here you can simply make it as void also, so you may not return anything from this, and this is going to be perfect. So this is the one, and now what we want is we want to invoke this method from here. So let's try to write it something like this, and let me make it something like this. Now you will say that, okay Abhishek, make usage of tool input directly instead of this message, but we can't do that. Okay, this tool input is something, a kind of an object. So this tool input is a kind of this object only. So from this tool input we have to fetch this. Okay, so basically this time what we are saying is that within these properties, here we are having some message variable. Okay, so this is the message variable, something like this, and here we are going to say this particular one. Let me say this, I don't want a description, and it says it is going to be a string. So I'm fine with this particular information. I don't want this particular comma, and I'm saying that this is going to be required also. Okay, so this time it is very important to provide this particular one and this message, and let me just simply close it. Okay, so this time what I'm saying is within this object we are having this message. Now the problem is how to get the message out of this tool, because there in the metadata we have provided, but how to get the same information here. So in order to do that particular thing, we need to make usage of object mapper. So for this, let's move on towards this particular part. So here we are, so we are going to say private, we are going to say final, and we are going to say here object mapper. So this is object, then here we are going to say, yeah, this is how your object mapper is going to look like, guys. and here we are going to say object mapper. So using this object mapper, let's try to get this information. So here we are going to say read, and then here let's say read value, this particular one. Now in this read value, it is going to be a tool input. Now here it is going to be a map. Yeah, so let's take it as a map, and what it says something read. Okay, what is the issue? It says read value object mapper, the class in the type is not applicable for the argument string and this class of map. Okay, so if class of map is not helpful, then here we will be providing it as something like this. So let me copy paste from my another screen, and I'm going to paste it here. Yeah, this is the one. We are going to say here type reference, and yeah, this type reference is from, let's take it from faster. Yeah, so what we are going to do is, here we are assuming that this is a kind of a map. Message is a map, then the value string and all these things, so it's a map. So from there we want to fetch this information. Yeah, so this is the one, and here we are going to say that okay, this information, if it is going to look something like this, so here it is going to be a map. So this is the one, then it is string, then it is going to be a string, and here we are going to call it as input. It is going to be looking something like this. So this is your input, and here from this input we are going to say input dot get message. So this is the one, and this message we are going to provide here string message equals to message. Yeah, this is how it is going to look like, and obviously this print message is not going to return anything, so the option is that you do something like this, and here if you wish you can just say something, or here we can hard code it as something as printed. Okay, so let's call it as printed successfully, and let's do something like this. Now why is it throwing? Okay, let's surround it with a try and catch. Okay, so let's do it something like this. Let's try to add all these information in one single, and let's make it in, okay, not in that particular way. So this is the one, and let me remove this, let me make it like this. Okay, now it shows the error. So these are the issues. One by one, step by step, you will come to know what all things have to be done. Okay, so this is the one, and here we are saying input. So what is the problem? So here it says, okay, so in this case, let's try to throw the information and something. So I will again copy from my another screen, and I'm going to throw it here. Yeah, so this is what we are doing. Yep. So basically here in this logic, what we have done is that from this tool input, because it is going to look something like this, we are going to fetch this variable message, and we are going to assign it here, and we are invoking our print method. Yeah, simple. And here obviously we have to change, because otherwise, irrespective, your method and everything looks something like this, but if you are not providing the information here, then the correct information here, things are not going to work fine. So here we are going to say something as print the given message to the console. Yeah, so this is what we want, and here let's provide it as print. Okay, so this is the one, and now it looks beautiful to me, and yeah, everything is fine. Let's say Control Shift O, and this looks great. Now we have created two tools. Now the point is that how these tools will be invoked by that particular thing. So we will go on our chat controller. Now here what we will do is, before calling this user and after this prompt, here we are going to have something like this. It is not enable tools, this is tool callbacks. See, this is tool callback, and this is a list of tool callback, so you can provide it something like this. And here in this, how we are going to provide the information, so that is going to be something like this. I'm going to copy this particular one, and here what I will do is that I'm going to say it something like this, private, then I'm going to say final, something like this, then I'm going to say this one, and then this, and then again I'm going to say another one, private, final, print tool, Control Shift O. Then I'm having this information here, so I'm going to copy, then I'm going to provide it here. I'm having this tool, I'm having this tool. So at a time, in one single, we have provided multiple tools. Okay, so see, there is one URL. Now you may say that, okay, what is the difference that we could have invoked this method directly? If you're directly invoking the method, you have to hard code that when this API is invoked, call this method, or when this input is passed, do this particular thing. but here it is going to decide on its own. Okay, so let me just execute this particular thing and let's see how it is going to look like. So there we go, and let's wait for it. And yeah, there it is. And let's go back here. You have already seen the wrong answer, so now let's go on with the correct answers. The first one is, what date and day is today? Let's ask this question: what day and date is today? Yeah, and I'm asking it from generate with tools. So this time let's see what it is going to do. Here it gave me some error, and what is this? So let's go back here, let's go back here. It says redirected, unexpected, character. Okay, so that means that we have made some mistake somewhere into this particular thing. Let's go back, and yeah, that is the actual drawback of this approach. Okay, the drawback is that here there are chances that you will be making some mistake. So let's see how to resolve this issue. So, okay, this input schema, these three started, these three ended. That's looking good. Then this started, this ended, it looks good. And there is this type and object also. So everything is good only. So what is the problem here? So to me, it says included source in location, line number 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, it doesn't sounds line number 7. It says there is something like unexpected. Okay, I don't see anything as such unexpected. Do you see where I have done a mistake? Because trust me, I don't see any mistake. One option is I can try to move it here, maybe then it is going to work. Or let's try to do something, let's try to rewrite it from scratch. Okay, so let's do, and let's say it's some into this particular way, and let's remove these extra things. And yeah, this is going to look like this. Here let's provide the same information. This is opening bracket, this is my closing bracket, and within this it is going to be my information. Here let's provide all these things. So type is object, and then we don't need anything as required. So let me write it like this. Although still to me it looks same only. The only difference is this I have kept in single line, but let's see will it work or not, or what is going to be the issue. But here does it says which line has the error? So it says object mapper, somewhere it is going, and it is actually not showing me the exact line. So that is difficult to identify here. So maybe it is showing the error in the other one, but I'm hopeful that it is showing error in this only. So okay, I was hoping that it can show me the exact tool name in which it is. Currently I'm not able to see that tool name here, so that is the problem, guys. So yeah, okay, let's assume it was the issue, and in the meantime let's verify the other one, because from there we just deleted some data and added some of the things. So here also let's verify type is object, properties, then this started, then it came here, then within that we have message, we have string, and we have something like this. So this looks good. So this one here, this one here, and should it be within the properties? The answer is no. So it is here, it is here. So yeah, I feel this is the culprit. Okay, within that. So this should not be here. So this opening bracket, this closing bracket, this opening bracket, this closing bracket, this opening bracket, this closing bracket. So yeah, this was the culprit, which I feel. So let's go here, and now let's again try to execute. Yep. So this option is difficult, guys. Yeah, I mean, it's not that easy. Obviously we are doing something very difficult. Now assume that by the day these things are going to increase. Let's say that you have to use very difficult, it is even going to become more difficult things. Then how will you work? Okay, so it's a still there is an issue, and it says something like this. What if it could have told me the correct? Was expecting comma to separate object entries, but where is the problem? I'm still unable to see it at all. So this one looks good to me. Here type is object, properties, and then this properties came here, and then this message came here. Let me verify in the other one. So there we say type, and then we say type is string, then properties. Okay, after this, Okay, this I guess I made a mistake, so it should not be here. So what we want is after this one, so this is message, and yeah, here also I hope we need a comma. So once my properties are done, so in order to make it more readable, let me make it like this. So once now my properties are done, I'm keeping a comma here. Now let me again save, let me go here and let's have a check. So this is the problem. I'm hoping this time it should work, else it will be very difficult if it is not going to work at all. So let's see, let's hope for the best, prepare for the worst. This time it is taking time. I'm hopeful it will give me right answer. Okay, that was the mistake, it seems so. Okay, but see, that is the problem. And now it is able to provide me the correct answer. Today is Wednesday, October 15, 2025. So that's a correct answer. Okay. Obviously, for this, it made usage of current date and time tool, but it must have checked this tool also. And then it found that, okay, description is wrong. So that's why. Yeah. And hence it was giving me the error earlier. Now let's ask it another question. So let's say print 20 on console. Okay, so let's do it something like this, print 20 on console, and here let's see how it is going to perform. So this time again it is giving the error. So this time what is the issue? So this time it says rate limits generative quota value is 2, you are calling too quickly. Okay, that's the issue here, but yeah, we have to call, we don't have any other option. Okay, so let's keep calling it and let's see, hope that it will give us answer someday. Yep. So with this hope I am invoking it, and yeah, this time it worked. See, it said printed 20 here. Okay, so that means that worked, and then it is giving me something like this. It says, okay, I have printed 20 on the console, which means it is doing our job. Yep. So automatically, as per the request, it invoked those particular things. And that is the best part. That makes it different from directly like hard coding the method and invoking the method. Yeah. So same way, now you see what all things you can play with this. What you can do is that there is a separate service class. Service class is doing some job. It may be retrieving some data from the database or doing anything. What you can do is that here from this call method, you can invoke that particular service class, and then here in the query, you can give a some simple query also, that okay, provide me list of all the pets, or provide me the data of the pet whose id is 1, or provide me the data of this particular owner whose data is 10, or something like this. But you will say that okay, Vishek, we can do so, but the problem is this input schema part is very difficult. So there is a solution. Okay, and solution is hidden here only. So solution is somewhere here. They also felt that this option is very difficult, so they say that another option is this. What you can do is you can make usage of these reflection utils, and at the runtime you can ask AI only to generate schema for you. So let's do this option. Now you will say that okay, Abhishek, why didn't you show this thing first? Because then you won't appreciate what we are doing here. So first of all, let's do it here. Let's do Control Shift O. You have to get it from the AI. Yeah. So this AI one you have to get, and here we have to pass this method. So let's go back to this particular one, and here we are here. So let me just copy it, let me just go back here, and let me do it something like this. And this is my reflection utils. Here what I will do is, here I'm going to provide the name of this tool only. So it is going to be looking as print tool. So this is the one, and here I'm going to provide the method name. Yeah. So this is going to look something like this. Now since this method is accepting some argument, so I have to say this also, string.class. So whatever the argument, if it is taking 10 arguments, you have to mention their data types, string, comma, integer, comma, this, comma, that, comma, this, comma, that. Okay. So that way you have to do. And reflection utils, this is the one, not from micrometer, but from the simple. So this we have done. Same things we can do in the other one also and make it simple. So let me just copy this information. Let me go back here. Now we are getting rid of this. So here this information remains same. And here also what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this particular one, and I'm going here, and this is the one. So this is the part, guys. And here I need to provide this name. So I'm going to say here copy. I'm going to say here this particular one as paste. And this name also, let me just simply copy. I'm going to provide it here this time. Now this doesn't takes any input. So I don't need to provide this string.class because it is not going to accept. So let me say Control Shift O and Control S. Okay. So this is number one change. and hence now you see that that issue is gone. You don't need to worry much about comma, double inverted commas and everything. It is going to do the job. Just remember that you invoke the correct method. Now you also see what is the benefit of invoking it from here as a separate method. Otherwise, if you have written everything in this only, then you wouldn't have been able to do all these things. Okay, now that is number one. Another option is that this way there can be so many tools in future. Okay, and invoking all the tools one by one every time something like this, it is going to make your method looks big. So what we will do is we will be taking help of a tool callback provider. Okay, so we will be going here somewhere like this. Let me create another class, and I'm going to call it as custom. I'm going to call it as tool, then I'm going to call it as tool callback and provider. Okay, so let's do something like this, tool callback provider, and this is my class. So here obviously I'm going to say implements, and I'm going to say this particular one, let me say control shift O, and here I'm going to say add unimplemented methods. For this I need to use it here. Okay, so this time what I will be doing is I'm going to copy this particular one, control S. I'm going here. This time I don't need both of these. Instead, I just need this one, and I'm going to say it's something like this. I will be saying C, and I'm going to say something like this. Now, if you want to use it in this way, then obviously you have to create component for this also. So let's say add the read component, and here this time here we want those other two things. Why I deleted it? Okay, I don't want to delete it, so let me copy from my another screen. So I'm going to copy from here, and I'm going to directly paste those things here. So what we will do is we will be passing those things here. So as this particular one, so here we are going to say this, we are going to say this, and yeah, it looks nice, pretty simple. So current tool time, what is the issue? Okay, that annotation is missing. So here we are going to say required args constructor. So control shift O, this is the one. And now what left part is that here we will come, and here we are going to just call it as custom tool provider. So let me go here and let me say custom tool provider, and this time I have to say here get tool callbacks. So last time if you see that we were using it directly, and this time we have to call it as get tool callbacks. Or what I'm thinking is, what if we just say it's something like this, then also it is going to work. Okay, so even if you are calling this internally, automatically it is going to invoke this method get tool callbacks. You don't have to worry for that particular part. So let's go here and let's execute this demo again. And if we go, so basically, so here you see this is how the tool callbacks is going to look like. You can provide a tool callback provider also, and you can provide a list of tool callback. If you wish, you can only provide one tool callback. It is your choice. Okay, whichever the option you want to use. So it is again running, and here what I will do is here let me go for this particular part, and here let me clear. The only goal left is we have to check whether it is working fine or not. This time let's print 200 and let's click on send, and let's see whether it is working or not. We have already seen how it works. Yep. So now the main thing is that you have seen the main usage of tool, and this was the programmatic way. So it gave me some error because again the tool is overloaded. So this thing, it may happen again and again because this is going to work with the pro version only. I try to do the same thing with the flashlight. Now what happens is when I was using flash or flashlight here, it was actually printing that particular line that printed something like this. I was able to see that it is going in inside that particular one, but then it was not returning anything here. Yep. So that was the issue with the flash and flashlight version. So it works only with the pro. So let's go here. So again it says okay, it's overloaded. Okay, we will just keep on trying. We just want to use it 2 more times, one for this, one for the getting current date and time. Okay, so let's see will this work. And one more interesting thing I will show you, that it's not mandatory that it will always provide you today's date and time. Now it is a tool, so it has information of today's date and time. So if you wish, what you can also do is you can ask it tomorrow's date and time, you can ask it yesterday's date and time, you can ask it 10 days ahead date and time and everything. Okay, whatever you feel can be received from that information from today's date and time. Okay, here it says it has printed, and here we can see printed 200. So this works fine. Let me again go back here, and we are going to just ask one more information. What date and day is tomorrow? Okay, so let's just ask it tomorrow. what day and day is tomorrow. So I'm just hoping it is going to provide me the answer. So my main point is that now later on, what you can do inside this, if you wish, you can invoke some particular, what do we say? That here, let's say into this particular one custom date and time. So here, instead of this method, you can invoke some service method. Now from that service method, you can invoke the database also. That's your normal logic, normal enterprise application logic. What you can do is that from that service method, you can invoke some third party API also. So all these things can be done. And here, let me just clear it again. Let's hope, okay, it's not giving the answer. So I hope that this time it is completely tired. So let me again have a look. So because we want some output from it. So let's see, will it be able to do this or not? So again, the request has came, but the only option is that now this pro version is saying that, okay, you have utilized for free for too many times. It is, I'm overloaded for this information. Okay. So it will just keep on rerun. In case it is still not able to provide me the answer, then it will just show that error message. Yeah. But yeah, this time it is able to provide us tomorrow's date also. So today is 15th, tomorrow is 16th October, and day is Thursday because today is Wednesday. So correct information. Yeah. So this way we can make usage of tools. In today's video, we have seen the programmatic way. In the next video, we are going to make it even more simple by using the declarative way. So see you everyone. Bye bye and take care.